Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This is your host, June Archer. And today I have two amazing stars on a new show coming to OWN called The Kings of Napa. It is a new, juicy, much-watched drama series on OWN centered around the King family, an affluent and aspirational African-American family in the gorgeous and picturesque Napa Valley. Now, why is this important? Because we normally don't see our people in these positions in these society magazines, on the cover of design magazines, in the wine business at that, but they operate the King Estates. And as a tragic turn of events happen, the children must grapple with the reins to the kingdom. And you know what happens? They got to find their way through the power, the wealth, and the legacy. Please welcome two stars of the show, Rance Nix and Yaani King Mondschein. Welcome to the show.
I love that introduction.
Yeah, that was tight.
How are you guys doing? Are you guys excited? The premiere is happening tomorrow on OWN. How do you feel, Yaani?
I am thrilled. I could not be more excited for this day to come. We started this journey, shooting starting in May, but we started this journey back. I auditioned for this back at the end of February of 21. So this is a long time coming. And then, the 4 months that we spent shooting together, becoming a family, telling this story, reading script after script, it's just built more of the hype. So I'm beyond ready. I want it now.
And now, Rance, for you, this is your first time that you're going to be a season regular. How does that feel? This gotta feel amazing. Tell us about it.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I think I get so focused on the work that I kind of forget. And then I was telling myself today, like, nah, you're up there on the call sheet. Like, you're a main character. Like, you're that guy. I went and saw one of the billboards in Atlanta, and I was like, that's me. It's so surreal, and it hasn't quite hit me yet. But at the same time, I'm like, nah, this is very real. Yeah, it's very, very real. And it hits me at different moments in different ways, which I try to take in every moment that I get and write in my journal, whether that's, a friend texting me about the commercial, or people DMing me about the billboards in the airport, or just hearing about how I booked it, or whatever the case may be. I think those moments are the ones that really remind me, like, this is very real. You are a series regular, main character type situation.
Main character, my main man, right? So let me ask you this. You guys have gotten the opportunity to work with two, I believe, amazing people, Oprah Winfrey and OWN, and Mr. Isiah Whitlock. How did it feel to just be at the table reading with him? Let's start there. Let's start with Isiah first. How was that experience? We'll start with you, Yaani.
I mean, there are people that you have a list of that you'd love to work with, or people that you just admire, that you're like, I love his work. I love watching him work. And he is one of those people easily. And, The Five Bloods had come out not much longer before, we booked this and the show was going. So that was fresh in my mind of something that he had done. And then to have him here playing the head of the King family, getting to play my Uncle Reggie, it was magical. There were a few steps that were like, this is surreal. Okay, I'm settled. Nope, here's another surreal moment. No, I'm good. No, wait, here. Like, that was one of them that just felt like, this is dope. He's awesome.
And for you, Rance, I saw a post with you outside. It looked like the studios, like, hey, it's happening this time. How was it working on a production that has been blessed by Oprah Winfrey?
Oh,
crazy. We're talking about wild. Black excellence, right? So how did that feel?
She is the ultimate, rather, when it comes to Black excellence. And it was pretty surreal again when we did the table read and everybody there was early. She don't wait on nobody. We had to be there early. And in the Zoom, it was all set up. And then her box said Miss Winfrey. And right when we started at 4 p.m., her camera came on and there she was.
like how you, like, Yaani, like, take me to that moment, Yaani. Like, how did it feel? Were you like, All right,
well,
don't
first of
freak
all,
out. Don't freak out.
I have to shout out Rance because he took a photo. We were on a Zoom and he took a photo and sent it to we have a WhatsApp group of the cast. And I'm so glad you did that because it's something that we all have like looked at and like, that's her box right there. And like, I mean, it was at one point because, obviously with Zoom, the boxes shift around and people move if they took their camera off or whatever. And there was one point where her box was next to mine. And I was like, I can't concentrate. I have to like not look at her, like just look at the camera and she was, I think for me, the craziest part was how engaged she was. I think we
Totally.
all just thought like, she's Oprah, she's busy. She's executive producing the show, but she has other things going on. Maybe her camera will be off. She was in it. She was leaning forward. She was involved. It was so cool to see that like, no, this matters to her. And that made it even more amazing.
She would give notes as well, which was wild.
Wow.
She'd give notes to set and to get reminded, oh, Miss Winfrey likes my work. Or she isn't sending notes. So if she's not sending notes, then everything's good. Like really, really good. And she's happy. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's a crazy feeling. So let me ask you this. This show shot in the backdrop of Napa Valley. We very rarely see people of color that own wineries. For you, talking about Black excellence, talking about being in spaces and places that we deserve to be in, what do you want people to walk away from with this show? You guys are in very prominent roles. Rance, you are the CFO of the winery, right? The eldest brother. Yaani, you're on the marketing piece. Like you are the cousin who you're coming up with these ideas and you're making sure you're creating this thing. Like, but how does it feel to be in these roles that we can now see ourselves at Napa Valley, and not from the outside looking in, but from on the inside, being able to share with the world what you're doing as a business? How does that feel? I'll start with you, Rance.
It feels great. Such an honor to be able to create a space where Black people can be excellent. And I deemed our cast swagnificent because we got the swag, we got the clothes, we got the money, we enjoy the finer things. But because this is a Miss Winfrey production, we are also magnificent. And what an opportunity to just play and show people what it's like to, I say, live in a post come up world. We see a lot of stories where Black people are just trying to make it, just trying to pay their bills and achieve the American dream. The Kings have achieved the dream. And not only have we achieved the dream, but we are taking up space in that dream that sometimes isn't always predominantly people that look like us. So, but we can still hang, and we can hang with the best of them and have a good time. And what an opportunity to show that on screen and for people to enjoy that. And I just can't wait for people to see what we put together, because it was an amazing time.
And for you, Yaani, you are in a position of power. How does it feel to be that example for young Black and brown girls? Like, you are working with this winery with your cousin. You guys are coming up with these amazing ideas. You're in these spaces and places, like I mentioned, to do your Black girl magic and make your light shine. How does that feel? And how important is it to be that beacon of light for young Black and brown girls to see that they can be in these spaces and be in these power positions?
It's extremely important. And I think that it's something that my hope is that we get to. I've always kind of, when the Black Girl Magic movement came out, I was on top of it, like loving it. And then I got to a place where I'm like, I want to be Black girl every day. I want us to understand the magic that we have and the amazingness that we are, and also be able to be accepted in the everydayness of who I am, to be that fully fleshed out woman that can be magical today and can kind of be chill the next day. And then the day after that, tap into her excellence and beauty, and then her power, like all of it. And so I feel like these specific Black women that are in this cast do that. We touch on every point, every type of personality. There isn't just, oh, they're this type of woman and now we have to play that type of woman. And so with Bridget, with my character, I love that she is so complicated. Mm-hmm. Certain choices that she makes may not be the best. But don't you look at me like that. But I love seeing that. We need to see that. We aren't just, when, like Rance was saying, we're past the come up. There isn't just this, like, now we're holier than thou and we're perfect and we're rich and that's it. Like, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than the money. It's deeper than the vineyard. It's about these people and their personalities, and portraying Black women as that, and showing their flaws and showing their greatness at the same time, and not apologizing for it. Not saying, oh, I'm beautiful. Oh, sorry for this part of me. Right. No, that's who we are. So, and I have like 4 nieces, and I'm just like thinking about them coming up, and one of my nieces is 16 and is at that age of really looking up to people. And then I have my almost 22-year-old niece that's like also looking at me. So I'm happy and proud that my art has led me to be this type of representation of a Black woman in the community, to show, like, yes, we can be here, and it's about time that we are, the
time has come, and we're actually behind. And for you, Bridget Pierce is unapologetically dope. What can we expect from her character this season?
You can expect to love her. You can expect to root for her and be really pissed at her at the same time. I think, because she's so dope, and because her personality is just loving and like coming together. There are certain things that happen that you're like, girl, what? And now, things get washed out and you'll see how they land. But I kind of love that, actually, that you'll be invested in her, because I feel like you don't want to just hate someone that you've decided is the villain. Like, there isn't a villain on this show. Everyone has their part to play, which I want to give a shout out to Janine Sherman-Benoit for that, because she didn't just write like, ooh, this is going to be the person everyone hates, and then this will be the person everyone loves. No one wants to watch that. Because then episode 3, you're like, I've seen this before. We know where this is going. Right. And on this show, you don't. And so I'm fortunate enough to be able to play someone that you do have that struggle with, but she's cool. So you're like, oh, all right, I'm gonna give her another chance because she's cool.
give her a shot. For you, Rance, you play Dana King, this big brother CFO. What can we expect? A lot of swag. Dana comes in, he's always looking sharp. He's trying to throw his weight around. Tell me about Dana King and what we can expect from your character this season.
Yes, sir. I think Dana King is an English bulldog, purebred, that just wants his respect. Eldest son.
You see the bulldog reference? You see the bulldog reference?
Also, go Dogs, national championship tonight. But he just wants his respect as CFO of the company, as the eldest son, as the heir apparent. He just wants to be that guy, and that gets explored throughout the season. And with a desire for success and that laser focus, it may or may not affect his relationships with his family and with his wife and those around him. So it was very exciting to play Dana King and just get to be that bulldog. And I can't wait for everybody to see, because he is that guy, like you said. Tailoring is on point. The fits are on point. His waves.
His waves are on fleek.
So I can't. I just hope everybody's ready to swim.
Right now.
I can't with this guy. Let me ask you this. Music is the soundtrack to our lives. So I want to ask you both really quickly, because I want to take you through this game. It's going to be a rapid fire round. What song best represents your journey up to this point, Yaani?
My forever go-to song is Stevie Wonder, Always. That song, and I mean, it just lives in my soul. I know every inflection on that song. I play it during fittings. I play it on the way to set. It just reminds me of where we are in the constancy of love and the constancy of our connection as humanity, and that perseverance, and that just keeps me going no matter what emotion I'm feeling, no matter where I am mentally. It brings me back.
Always by Stevie Wonder. Amazing choice. For you, Rance.
Yeah.
What is that song?
At this particular junction in my career and in my life, Dreams and Nightmares by our guy Meek Mill. Because I mean, I used to pray for times like this to act like this.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I listened to that song quite frequently. It was on my Spotify 2020 year-end review and as one of the top songs. And it's just been a song that's been the anthem this entire year. That and also There He Go by Schoolboy Q. That's kind of been like the fun one as I bop around town and as my career continues to grow. It's just like, there he goes. There he goes again.
And that's a beautiful thing because a lot of people don't understand. We talk about what it takes to be successful, right? It is said that it takes 10 to 15 years to become an overnight success. You guys are here, right? You guys have, as we all have, been through the pandemic, trying to figure it out, trying to navigate this thing called life. For those who are watching or listening today, who are trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel, what has been the best piece of advice that you've been given that you could share with someone today to let them know there is something on the other side of this for you? You are here for a reason. Rance, I'll start with you. What piece of advice should you be given that really resonates with you that you could share today?
Yeah, I think just keep the faith and stay resilient and stay consistent. And yes, times are tough at this very moment. We are in a storm, but the storm will pass, and there is light after the storm. So just keep your head down, stay prayed up, keep the faith, especially when times get dark and you don't really see anything come into fruition or see any fruits of your labor or see your prayers answered. A lot of times that's when it's the hardest to continue to keep going and continue to be consistent. But if you keep the faith, eventually things will turn out okay.
Nice. For you, Yaani.
My husband's favorite thing to say, favorite piece of advice that he'll give, he coaches actors, that he'll give his clients, is find a way to celebrate others. Get really, really good at celebrating the people around you. And the hardest time to do it is actually the best time. It's when you're not feeling you're working or at your top, or you just failed at something or whatever, you stumbled. That's the time to praise the actions of someone else, to praise someone else's hard work. And I add to that is that's when I also pray for other people, is when I'm feeling like I don't even know which way I'm going, and I don't know what to even pray for myself, is the perfect time for me to be like, okay, I'm going to pray for other people, be in service of someone else, because that always brings the perspective back to what I need in that moment, where I am. Taking that focus off of myself really kind of brings it back in an interesting way. So yeah, find a way, celebrate the people around you without the what about meism. Like, let that go. It's coming. Just know that it's coming. Like Rance said, have that faith and, give shout outs and highlight those that are around you doing great, because you'll want that when it's your turn,
when it's your turn,
at the top, to feel that love because you've given so much of it.
That's a beautiful thing. I want to thank you both for sharing that, because I think there will be someone who will find utility in that and take that advice. I've been playing this game called the University of Dope, and they've come out with an R&B version. So I want to do a rapid fire round for you guys. And unpopular opinions are welcome. This is for fun.
Okay.
We're going to start this with a really fun one. So the best R&B soundtrack from the following: is it A, Waiting to Exhale, B, Soul Food, C, Love Jones, or D, The Bodyguard? Rance, what would you go with?
Honestly, I think The Bodyguard, that's pretty top for me.
Yaani?
Hands down, Waiting to Exhale is just, come on.
Okay. Pick one artist to bring back for a one night only concert. Will it be A, Luther Vandross?
This is not right.
B, Whitney Houston, C, Prince, or D, Michael Jackson? Who would you bring back? Yaani, you first.
E, all of the above in a
For me, because he's such an enigma, I want to say Prince, because I feel like I missed out on how huge Prince was when Prince was here.
I agree.
Just hearing all the legendary stories, like, oh, he did this show and they jammed for like 5 hours.
Right.
That's what I would love to see.
Okay. Which song would you leave on your crush's voicemail? See, now Yaani gets herself into something in the season. So we're gonna start with you, Yaani. Would it be A, When I See You by Fantasia, B, Nothing Even Matters, Lauryn Hill and D'Angelo, or C, Swing My Way, KP Envy, or D, You Don't Know My Name, Alicia Keys?
My crush knows my name on the show, so I don't have to do that one. Shorty, swing my way. See.
Okay. What about you, Rance?
I'm gonna go with C as well. Swing my way, because it's all about intention these days, and I gotta be very specific. Hey, like I like you.
Okay. All right. We don't know where all the drama's going this season, but which artist would you have sing at your funeral? Would it be A, Fantasia, B, Jennifer Hudson, C, Jasmine Sullivan, or D, Faith Evans? Rance, who would you have sing at your funeral?
I think Faith Evans. I want it to be. I think A and B are strong, but I feel like that's a lot. That could be a lot. I want something a little more.
Some oomph to it. Right. Yaani, how about you?
I'm gonna go with. I want people crying their hearts out. So B, Jennifer Hudson will take you there. I want y'all hurt. I want you angry and sad.
It should have been me.
Somebody throwing themselves on the casket, all of it.
Oh my God. What is the worst song to listen to while trapped in the elevator? Is it A, Jumpin', Destiny's Child? B, No Air by Jordan Sparks featuring Chris Brown? C, Hold On by En Vogue? Or D, I'm Going Down, Mary J. Blige? The worst song to listen to trapped in the elevator. Rance, you first.
Most likely, I'm Going Down. I don't think they hear that when they're stuck in an elevator, because that's the scariest situation.
I would say A, because I would want to jump, and that's probably not the best thing to do when you're in the elevator.
What are we talking about here? All right. Best baby making music from the following. Is it So Anxious, Genuine? B, When We, Tank? C, Say Yes, Floetry? Or D, Meeting in My Bedroom by Silk? Yaani. A, So Anxious. Okay. Rance, how about you?
We got to get a little Genuine. A. Got to.
Come on. Genuine.
The best side chick anthem from the following. Is it A, You're the One, SWV? B, As We Lay, Kelly Price? C, My Little Secret, Escape? Or D, The Weeknd by SZA? Rance.
Probably See My Little Secret by Escape.
Okay. Yaani, how about you? We're not going to give away any of the secrets to the show, but it might be a little side chick action in there. How about you, Yaani?
You are not right, June. I'm gonna go with B. I love that song. Okay. Yes.
All right. Yeah. Erase one group from R&B history. Would it be A, 112, B, Jodeci, C, Drew Hill, or D, Jagged Edge? Rance, who you got?
Oh, this is trouble.
You have seconds, Rance. Seconds. Don't even think about it.
I'm gonna say C.
C, Drew Hill. Yaani, for you?
D.
B, Jodeci? Okay.
No. D. Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge. Okay.
Never get rid of Jodeci.
All right.
Yeah.
I got you. Erase one person from hip hop history. Yaani, would it be A, Janet Jackson, B, Beyonce, C, Mariah Carey, or D, Whitney Houston?
You are so wrong. I mean,
if you had to erase one, who would it be?
I'm tapping out.
There's no tapping out here. Don't think about it. There's no tapping out.
Mariah.
All right. Mariah Scary's gone. How about you, Rance?
Because this is where my head is at. Because
look at this guy.
Because the other artists all have like crossover, like culture, like Mariah Carey, Christmas. Beyonce is Beyonce. Whitney Houston too.
You better not.
I gotta go A.
You better not.
They have other lame. Like Mariah Carey has the Christmas stuff. So if we get rid of Mariah, then we have no Christmas.
No Christmas.
Man, next time I see you, we're
All
gonna
right.
do a deep dive into Janet.
All
But
right.
we don't have it. Whitney Houston, then we don't have the national anthem of all time.
No,
No.
He got some points there. Two more. This is it. The dopest duo from the following: My Boo, Usher and Alicia Keys. My First Love, Kiki Wyatt and Avant. C, Nobody, Keith Sweat and Athena Cage. Or D, Spend My Life, Eric Benet and Tamia. What's yours, Yaani? Who are you going with? The dopest duet from the following.
From the following. Okay. I'm gonna say C. Dang, these are great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with C. I
C?
love Keith Sweat.
How about you, Rance?
D, Spend My Life, but A is on rotation. My Boo is on rotation.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Last but not least, if you had to erase one person from R&B history, would it be A, Chris Brown, B, Neo, C, Justin Timberlake,
That's
or D,
easy.
Usher?
I think it's
It's easy.
C. I don't consider him R&B.
I don't either. C. Bye.
C it is. He's not
He's
it.
great though. He's great. Justin
He's
Timberlake is
great, but he's not R&B.
Justified is great, but I don't consider him
I
R&B.
just want to thank y'all for playing University of Dope, the R&B edition. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from both Rance and Yaani. Be good to one another. Make sure you lead with service. Celebrate those around you. You could catch them. Listen, this show is going to be amazing. Produced by OWN. It's a Warner Brothers association with Harpo, premiering tomorrow, the 11th, 8 p.m. on the Oprah Winfrey Network. It is, man, this is going to be amazing. Please give it up for Rance Nix playing Dana King and Yaani King Mondschein playing Bridget Pierce, the Kings of Napa. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I wish you so much success. I can't wait to see you. Man, the first time you're going to be a series regular. Rance, this is beautiful. I'm praying for the both of you. I love you both. I'm following you, loving you, liking you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome both Rance Nix and Yaani King Mondschein into your living rooms. The Kings of Napa coming to you starting tomorrow. I'm your host, June Archer. Thank you so much. God bless y'all.
Thank you so much, June.
Tell somebody you love them. Maybe the last time you have the opportunity to do so.